Good morning. It is my pleasure this morning to welcome and to introduce Shakita Malloy, this year's Sydnor Thompson Junior Community Leader Honoree, who has transformed the difficulties of her own life into blessings for herself and for others. Having faced limitless adversity throughout the course of her life, she has persevered and grown into an authentic, genuine individual and a leader within our community. Having found success despite great difficulty herself, she is determined now to promote and accelerate the success of all people with whom she comes into contact. She believes it is her ordained calling to promote well-being and abundant life for all, and she demonstrates that in many ways. During the pandemic, drawing on her own experiences of homelessness and hunger, she motivated and organized a widely diverse group of people to deliver life-sustaining food and supplies to people living in 3 hotels in 2 tent communities, as well as many others who were isolated in their homes. Her empathy and lived experience allowed her to connect in powerful ways to those experiencing the double traumas of the pandemic and homelessness or isolation. She wasn't just making deliveries, but she was meeting people where they were, listening to them with genuine compassion and giving them a vision of how they could make it through. As the founder and CEO of Another Chance House of Refuge, she works daily to empower men re-entering society to move towards self-sufficiency by providing safe housing, educational support, job training, and life skills enhancement. Here too, she has pulled together a wide variety of individuals, nonprofit groups, and government entities to create a program with immense impact. It's clear listening to them speak about their shared work that Shakita inspires her volunteers and coworkers to become their best selves as well. Soon, Another Chance House of Refuge will be opening a similar program for single women, and it is no surprise that their long-term plan is visionary. Shakita also works as a life coach, empowering others to connect mind, body, and spirit in order to live their best lives. She believes that compassion, wisdom, discipline, and strategic awareness are qualities that cannot be compromised in building anything of substance. And it is obvious that these are more than just words to her. These are qualities on which she has founded her life and her work. One of the people who nominated her wrote, Shakita Malloy has worked nonstop and tirelessly for her neighbors and community. She is driven by personal life experiences, family, faith, and an internal drive to leave this world a better place. Another shared, Shakita Malloy embodies the spirit of Charlotte. She gives herself daily, seeking out ways to help those who are in need of another chance at life. She exemplifies a servant's heart for her city. Shakita, we are honored to present you with the 2022 Sydnor Thompson Junior Community Leader Award. If you would all welcome her forward. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much. I'm honored to be here. But I want to get started with, I have children. So as a mom, pretty much everyone knows about Disney, right? Everyone knows about Disney, and I think about my life, I think about Disney because dreams do come true. We all love the memories of Disney, the laughter, the wonderment, and the togetherness we all experience, like everyone have experienced seeing Disney and being a part of Disney. Disney is a place that takes you back to the idea where dreams do come true. Riding on the magic carpet, dancing with Belle and the Beast, sipping tea with the royal princesses. Disney is where fairy tales, dreams come to life. At the magical kingdom, you are guaranteed to receive limitless life lessons. No matter how your heart is grieving, if you keep on believing, that dream and your wish will come true. My life is that of Disney, the magical kingdom, where I was poised into position by life experiences. I began in poverty from Florence, South Carolina, and I was raised by my mother and my great-grandmother. Destined to be greater than my circumstances, I set out in the world to claim my own rightful place. I was a teen mom, but being a teen mom, it taught me responsibility. As I embarked on my educational journey, I came to Charlotte at the age of 17, and I got my high school diploma, and I went to college and got my college degree. Only 2 people on my side of my family, on my maternal side, got a college degree, and I was the first one. As I continue to move through life, I continue to embark on a journey. Many different life experiences I modeled. And as a model, I thought I wanted to be a model, but now on the other side of it, I understood that God was taking me through deep transformation where I had to learn how to stand tall with poise and grace. All while learning and relearning to become the person that God called me to be. As I was thrust into position by taking time to unlearn what I was taught to be downloaded with who I was becoming. I then began to use my gifts because early on at the age of 9 years old, I used to sit in my room and I would read, write, and color. And while I was writing, I would go back and read my writings and they was prophecy. I couldn't understand it. And so when I set out in the world, God sent many people to me and say, hey, it's time for you to use your gifts, not for you, but for our people. And so I did that. And I started teaching and coaching and counseling people all around the world. As humble as it may seem, I'm still surprised and in awe how God uses me. I published my first book. I wrote pieces of my story, remnants of who I was, to share and show you into who I've become. Then life took a major turn for me, and I lost my mom in 2019. It is proven that diamonds form under pressure, right? That pressure broke my pipe. And on September the 13th, 2019, that is 2 months later, I birthed another Chance House of Refuge. After I held my mom's hand and watched her take her last breath and her last heartbeat, my life was changed forever. Not knowing that God was putting me in position to be able to help our people. And when I birthed another Chance House of Refuge, I knew that I needed to help my people. Why? Because that is what I came from. I knew what poverty looked like. I knew what homeless looked like. I knew what being a teen mom and having responsibilities early in life looked like. God crushed me because I understand the oil is not cheap. And I also know to whom much is given, much is required. And through all these life lessons, shortcomings, and many life experiences, I was reminded through the eyes of Walt Disney. Love is putting someone else's needs before your own. Frozen. The flower that blooms in adversity is the most rare and beautiful of them all. Mulan. And Ohana means family. Family means nobody is left behind. Our fate lives within us. And you only have to be brave enough to see it. Like so many things, it's not what's on the outside, it's what's within. There's no one I'd rather be than me. Remember, success don't come for free. You have to do whatever it takes to seize this moment. And the only way to get what you want is through hard work. And I worked tirelessly. And in 2020, I had to get in the community and understand, because I was behind the computer and helping people and in their homes and traveling and helping people heal. But I knew I needed to get out in the community. For 2020, I worked 6 to 7 days a week for the whole year, feeding and supporting our people, meeting them where they are. Yes, the past do hurt, but the way you see it, you can either run from it or you can learn from it. I chose to learn. Also, never, ever, ever look back. The past is behind you for a reason. They were lessons to help and prepare you for your blessings. Always keep swimming. And always think happy thoughts. Most importantly, let your conscience be your guide, because remember, what matters is what's inside. You guys remember the story of David and Goliath. The enemy fought David into frustration to abort the calling. I'm sure everybody experienced that. The enemy fought me tirelessly, but I refused to give up. When I felt the pain, I remembered when I was in labor, pushing through the pain to birth the kingdom. What is a peculiar person? Because people look at me in awe. At the age of 38 years old, people look at me in awe and say, how this young woman is so wise and know so much and help so many. I understand the calling inside of me. I understand in order to be a trailblazer, you have to be different. You have to defy the odds. You have to set out on your own journey when everybody is going that way and you go this way. That is that peculiar person that changed lives, but most importantly, changed the life of their own. Because a true leader leads through their life by showing individuals what it looked like to be greater than what you are, greater than what you come from. After all, remember, the journey is meant to be lived while we stop and smell the roses along the way. I want to thank McMahon for having me here. I'm honored. Young woman from Florence, South Carolina, grown in poverty, now standing here helping many around the world, and most importantly, in my community. It starts at home first. I want to thank my team, my president. I want to thank Mr. Bobby. When I shared the vision that God made plain, they felt it inside of them, and they were determined to help me fulfill the calling. I want to thank my partner, because in 2020, when I was working those 6 to 7 days a week, he was right beside me every step of the way, pushing me. On the days that I was tired and I didn't want to do it, no, get up. You got work to do. I want to thank my sister. We've been friends for a very, very long time, since middle school. Dr. Wilkes. We've both been through it, come from Florence, South Carolina. And now we changing lives from the inside out. Thank you for my auntie that's standing in honor of my mom. Always remember, to whom much is given, much is required. And regardless of what you go through, it's not what you go through, it's how you go through it. And remember, always think happy thoughts. Thank you.